The Discovery. Captain Maya Singh pressed her calloused hands against the viewport of her exploration vessel, the Wanderer's Dream. At 45, she had spent more than half her life jumping between star systems, searching for traces of ancient civilizations. Her weathered face bore the marks of 2 decades in deep space, but her dark eyes still held the same curiosity that had driven her to become an explorer in the first place. The planet below looked ordinary enough. Kepler 789c was a rocky world orbiting a dying red giant, far from any established trade routes. Most explorers would have passed it by without a second thought, but Maya had learned to trust her instincts, and something about this world called to her. "Captain," her communications officer, Lieutenant Alex Turner, called from his station. "I'm picking up some strange energy readings from the northern continent. The patterns are too regular to be natural." Maya turned from the window, her practical gray uniform rustling as she moved. The bridge of the Wanderer's Dream was compact but efficient, housing her crew of 8 experienced explorers. These weren't military personnel or corporate scientists. They were freelancers like herself, drawn to the mysteries of space by an insatiable need to understand what lay beyond the next star. "Show me," Maya said, walking to the main display screen. The image that appeared made her breath catch. Geometric patterns stretched across the landscape like a vast circuit board. From orbit, they looked like lines carved into the rock, but as Maya studied them more closely, she realized they were raised structures, partially buried by millions of years of dust and erosion. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the team's archaeologist, whistled softly. "Those formations are huge. Each one of those lines must be hundreds of meters wide. This isn't just a city, Captain. This is an entire civilization's worth of construction." Maya's pilot, Omar Hassan, leaned back in his chair. He was a man who had seen stranger things than most, but even he looked impressed. "The energy readings are coming from underground, Captain. Whatever built this place, it's still active down there." For 20 years, Maya had dreamed of finding something like this. Most alien ruins were dead, cold remnants of civilizations that had vanished long ago. But active ruins meant technology still functioning, possibly even surviving inhabitants. The thought sent adrenaline coursing through her veins. "Take us down," Maya ordered. "Find a landing site near the center of those formations." As the Wanderer's Dream descended through the thin atmosphere, the true scale of the ruins became apparent. The geometric patterns weren't just lines. They were massive raised platforms connected by bridges and tunnels. The entire complex covered an area larger than most Earth cities, all of it constructed from a dark material that seemed to absorb light. Maya suited up with her away team. Besides herself, she took Dr. Tanaka, communications specialist Turner, and 2 security officers, Chen and Rodriguez. They had worked together for years, exploring dozens of dead worlds and abandoned stations. Maya trusted them completely. The surface of Kepler 789c was cold and dry, with gravity slightly lighter than Earth's. The air was too thin to breathe, but their environmental suits handled the conditions easily. Maya led her team across the dusty ground toward what appeared to be an entrance in the nearest structure. The entrance was remarkable in its simplicity. It was perfectly rectangular, sized exactly right for humans to walk through comfortably. No decoration, no symbols, just a dark opening that seemed to lead deep underground. "Captain," Dr. Tanaka said, checking her instruments. "This entrance shows signs of recent use. The dust patterns suggest something passed through here within the last few days." Maya felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold air. They were the first humans to visit this. Maya felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold air. They were the first humans to visit this system. What else could have used this entrance? They activated their helmet lights and entered the tunnel. The walls were smooth and featureless, made of the same dark material as the surface structures. Their footsteps echoed strangely in the narrow space, creating sounds that seemed to travel much further than they should. After walking for nearly a kilometer, the tunnel opened into a vast underground chamber. Maya's helmet light barely reached the far walls, but she could see that the space was enormous. The ceiling disappeared into darkness high above, and the floor was perfectly flat and smooth. As they stepped into the chamber, Something incredible happened. Soft blue lights began to glow along the walls, illuminating the space with a gentle radiance. The chamber was even larger than Maya had thought, easily big enough to hold a small city. "How is this possible?" Turner whispered over their communication system. "This place has been abandoned for millions of years, but the power systems are still working." In the center of the chamber stood a raised platform made of the same dark material as everything else. As Maya approached it, more lights began to activate. Suddenly, the air above the platform shimmered, and a three-dimensional image appeared. The image was of a humanoid figure, but not quite human. It was taller and thinner than any person Maya had ever seen, with elongated features and large, intelligent eyes. The figure's clothing was simple but elegant, made of materials that seemed to flow like liquid. When the figure spoke, its words came through their suit communicators in perfect English. "Greetings, children of Earth," the figure said. Its voice was warm and sad at the same time. "I am Keeper Zara 9, guardian of this archive. I have waited long for your arrival." Maya's heart pounded in her chest. She looked around at her team, seeing her own amazement reflected in their faces. This was first contact with an alien intelligence, and it knew they were from Earth. "You can understand us?" Maya asked. "We have been monitoring your species for millennia," Keeper Zara 9 replied. "Your language, your culture, your development. We know you well, though you have forgotten us completely." Dr. Tanaka stepped forward, her scientific curiosity overcoming her surprise. "Forgotten you? What do you mean?" The holographic figure gestured, and the chamber filled with new images. Star maps appeared in the air around them, showing the galaxy from perspectives Maya had never seen. Earth was marked with a pulsing blue dot, but there were other markers scattered throughout the galaxy, thousands of them. "You call your world Earth," Keeper Zara 9 said, "but that is not your first home. Humanity did not evolve on the planet you now occupy. You came from much further away, from a galaxy your current science has not yet learned to reach." Maya felt the ground shift beneath her feet. Everything she thought she knew about human history was crumbling. "That's impossible," Rodriguez said. "Humans evolved on Earth. We have fossil evidence going back millions of years." The Keeper's expression became infinitely sad. "Those are not your ancestors, brave one. Those are the remains of Earth's original inhabitants, a species that went extinct long before your people arrived. Your true history was hidden from you for your own protection." The star maps changed, showing a distant galaxy marked with red symbols. Maya watched in fascination as the display showed the movement of countless ships, a migration on a scale she could barely comprehend. 50,000 years ago, your people fled from your original home," Keeper Zara 9 continued. "You were refugees scattered across this galaxy to hide from an enemy that had destroyed your civilization. The few ships that reached this sector found Earth, a world whose dominant species had recently vanished due to natural catastrophe." Maya's mind reeled. Humans weren't native to Earth. They were refugees from another galaxy entirely. "Your leaders made a difficult decision," the Keeper went on. "To ensure your species' survival, they erased the memories of all human survivors. Children were born knowing nothing of their true origin. Within a few generations, humanity believed it had always lived on Earth." Turner's voice shook as he spoke. "Why? Why erase our history?" "Because the enemy that destroyed your homeworld was still hunting your people. As long as humans remembered their true origin, they remained a target. But if you forgot, if you became truly native to this galaxy, you might escape notice." The chamber fell silent except for the gentle hum of the alien technology around them. Maya tried to process what she was hearing. Humanity's entire history was a lie, a protective deception that had lasted 50,000 years. "The plan worked," Keeper Zara 9 said. "Your species survived and thrived on Earth, developing in ways your ancestors never could have imagined. You spread across your solar system and then to other stars, becoming strong and numerous. But the time of hiding is coming to an end." Dr. Tanaka looked up from her instruments, her face pale inside her helmet. "What do you mean?" The enemy has found this galaxy, the keeper replied. They are coming, just as they came to your original home. But this time, humanity is not defenseless. You have grown strong in ways your ancestors never were. You have become something new, something the enemy HFY has never faced before. Maya stepped closer to the holographic figure. What kind of enemy are we talking about? The star maps changed again, showing dark shapes moving between the stars. The shapes were wrong somehow, as if they didn't belong in normal space. They call themselves the Void Seekers, Keeper Zara 9 explained. They are not from this dimension. They consume entire civilizations, feeding on the life force of worlds. Your original galaxy fell to them completely. Trillions of lives lost, hundreds of species extinct. The images showed the destruction in horrifying detail. Worlds stripped of life, stars going dark, entire systems becoming empty voids. But they made a mistake when they attacked humanity, the Keeper continued. Your people did not simply flee or surrender. You fought them across 1,000 worlds, slowing their advance, buying time for others to escape. Your sacrifice saved countless lives. Maya felt a surge of pride, even as the magnitude of the loss hit her. Humanity's ancestors had been heroes, fighting a hopeless war to save others. And now they're coming here, she said. Yes, but you are not the same species that fled so long ago. 50,000 years of development, of adapting to new worlds, of surviving impossible odds, has made humanity into something unprecedented. You have become the galaxy's greatest hope. The hidden truth. The holographic image of Keeper Zara 9 gestured toward the walls of the chamber, and Maya watched in amazement as new displays activated all around them. Each wall now showed different images, different pieces of humanity's lost history. Before we continue, the Keeper said, you must understand what you truly are. Look. One wall showed images of the original human homeworld. It was beautiful beyond imagination, with crystalline cities that reached toward purple skies and vast oceans that sparkle, like jewels. The humans in these images looked exactly like modern humans, but they lived in harmony with technology Maya could barely comprehend. Your original world was called Serin, Keeper Zara 9 explained. It was part of a galaxy where hundreds of species lived in peace for millions of years. Humans were among the youngest races, but you showed promise that amazed the elder civilizations. Dr. Tanaka was recording everything, her scientific mind working to process the impossible information they were receiving. What made humans so special? The Keeper's expression grew thoughtful. Other species developed in predictable ways. They followed logical paths, created efficient societies, solved problems through careful planning. But humans were different. You solved problems through intuition and creativity. You survived disasters that should have destroyed you. You adapted to situations that other species found impossible. Another wall showed images of the Great War. Maya watched space battles on a scale that dwarfed anything in human history. Massive ships fought against entities that seemed made of living shadow, creatures that defied the laws of physics. The Void Seekers appeared without warning, the Keeper continued. They came from spaces between dimensions, hunting for galaxies rich with life. They had consumed countless galaxies before finding ours. No species had ever successfully resisted them. Maya saw images of entire worlds being drained of life, their populations simply vanishing as the Void Seekers fed. Other alien species tried to fight, but their logical, predictable tactics were easily countered. But when they encountered humanity, Keeper Zara 9 said, something unprecedented happened. Humans didn't fight the way other species did. You used tactics that made no logical sense, but somehow worked. You turned defeats into victories through sheer stubbornness and creativity. Rodriguez leaned forward, studying the battle images. It looks like we were losing pretty badly. In terms of territory and ships, yes, the Keeper agreed. But you were doing something no other species had ever done. You were learning to fight the Void Seekers effectively. Each battle taught you new ways to hurt them, new strategies they couldn't predict. The wall displays changed, showing the exodus from Seren. Thousands of ships fled through space, carrying millions of human refugees to safety. Your leaders realized that given time, humanity might develop weapons and tactics that could actually defeat the Void Seekers, the Keeper explained. But time was the one thing you didn't have, so they made the hardest decision in your species' history. Chen spoke up for the first time. They sent us away to buy time. More than that, Keeper Zara 9 said. They scattered humanity across this galaxy, hiding your people on dozens of different worlds. Each group was given different challenges, different environments to adapt to. The plan was to let humans develop in isolation, becoming stronger and more diverse. Maya began to understand. Earth wasn't the only destination. Earth was just one of many refuge worlds. Other human colonies were established throughout this galaxy, each one following its own path of development. Some became great warriors. Others became master engineers or brilliant scientists. All of them forgot their true origin, as planned. Turner was checking his communication equipment, trying to process the implications. Are you saying there are other human civilizations out there that we don't know about? Dozens of them, the Keeper confirmed. And the time has come for all of humanity to remember who they truly are. The Void Seekers have found this galaxy. They are already moving between the outer stars, consuming worlds on the galactic rim. Within 50 years, they will reach the core systems. The chamber filled with current star maps, showing dark areas where systems had recently gone silent. Maya recognized some of the locations from recent reports of missing colonies and lost expeditions. Those disappearances, she said. That's them. Dr. Tanaka looked up from her instruments, her face filled with determination. What can we do? How do we fight something like this? Keeper Zara 9's expression brightened for the first time since they had met. That is why this archive exists. Your ancestors left instructions, technologies, and most importantly, a way to contact the other human colonies. The center platform began to glow more brightly, and Maya felt something change in the chamber's atmosphere. New information was flooding into her mind, not through her ears but directly into her thoughts. She could see star charts, communication frequencies, and technological blueprints. The knowledge is being transferred to you now, the Keeper explained. You will carry it back to Earth and share it with your leaders. But more importantly, you will help awaken the other human colonies to their true purpose. Maya gasped as the information flow intensified. She could see the locations of other human worlds, some of them incredibly advanced, others still in early stages of development, all of them unaware of their shared heritage. The colony on Rigel 7 has developed weapons that can hurt the Void Seekers, she heard herself saying, though she didn't know how she knew this. The humans on Kepler 452b have created ships that can travel between dimensions. The people of Wolf 359 have learned to manipulate time itself. Each colony developed the tools needed for the coming war, Keeper Zara 9 confirmed. Individually, none of them would be strong enough to face the Void Seekers. But united, with their combined knowledge and abilities, humanity might actually win. Turner was staring at Maya in amazement. Captain, your eyes are glowing. Maya could feel the change in herself. The knowledge flowing into her mind was vast, almost overwhelming, but it felt right somehow, like remembering something she had always known but forgotten. You have been chosen as a herald, the Keeper explained. You will carry the awakening signal to other human worlds. Each colony has archives like this one, waiting for the right person to activate them. As you visit each world, more knowledge will be unlocked. Rodriguez checked his weapon nervously. What happens to us? Are we going to change too? You will remember, Keeper Zara 9 said simply. All of you will carry the knowledge back to your people, but Captain Singh will carry something more, the ability to awaken the sleeping archives on other worlds. Maya felt the information transfer completing. Her mind now contained star charts showing the location of dozens of hidden human colonies, along with the frequencies needed to contact their archives. She also carried tactical information about the Void Seekers, their weaknesses and attack patterns. The enemy expects to find this galaxy filled with the same kinds of species they have always faced, the Keeper continued. Logical, predictable civilizations that can be easily defeated. They have no idea that humanity has spent 50,000 years developing in ways that will completely surprise them. Dr. Tanaka was practically vibrating with excitement. We need to get this information to Earth immediately. If there are really dozens of human colonies out there, the political implications alone will revolutionize everything we know about our place in the galaxy. Time is short, Keeper Zara 9 warned. The Void Seeker's main force will arrive in this galaxy within 50 standard years. All human colonies must be contacted and awakened before then. The final war is coming, and this time humanity will not run. Maya stood straighter, feeling the weight of her new responsibility. How do we know we can trust this? How do we know you're telling us the truth? The Keeper smiled, the first truly happy expression they had seen from the holographic figure. Because you are asking exactly the right questions. Your ancestors programmed me to only respond to humans who showed the proper combination of curiosity, skepticism, and determination. You have proven yourselves worthy of this knowledge. Chen looked around the chamber one more time. What happens to this place after we leave? The archive will continue to function until it is no longer needed, the Keeper replied. Other humans will come here eventually, seeking the same knowledge you have received. This is just the beginning of humanity's awakening. Maya felt a surge of excitement mixed with terror. They had come to explore an ancient ruin, and instead discovered that everything humanity believed about itself was wrong. They were not alone in the galaxy. They were not native to Earth. And they were about to face the greatest threat any species had ever encountered. We need to go, she said to her team. Earth needs to know about this immediately. As they prepared to leave the chamber, Keeper Zara 9 spoke one final time. Remember, Captain Singh, you carry the hopes of 2 galaxies now. Your original home was lost, but this galaxy can be saved. Humanity has been preparing for this moment for 50,000 years, even without knowing it. Trust in your people's strength, their creativity, their refusal to give up when faced with impossible odds. Maya nodded, feeling the weight of destiny settling on her shoulders. We won't fail. I know you won't, the Keeper said. That is why humanity will finally win this war. Go now, and awaken your people to their true heritage. The galaxy is counting on you. As Maya and her team left the chamber, the lights dimmed behind them, but did not go out completely. The archive would wait for the next group of humans to find it, die to share its secrets with any who proved worthy. The awakening had begun, and nothing in the galaxy would ever be the same again.